Yeah, very good morning, all of you. Good morning, Karthikeyan, Gautam Godra, Pushpendra Pal Singh, Rakesh Raika, Ravi Raman, Shaurya Dikshit. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Uh, So let us just start the class. So today we will be doing bailment and pledge, indemnity guarantee, bailment and pledge. This we will be doing today. Okay, so let us just start the presentation. Let me load it up. Yeah. So have you any problem till now? Whatever we have studied, the way we are doing all this, what do you call is
No,
the
sir.
presentations which we are doing. Is that okay with all of you? Great. Can you see this indemnity guarantee?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. So let us just discuss these things. Yeah. So now the first most thing. Who will take this up? Okay, Karthikeyan, will you be? A
Sir,
obtains
अभी
housing
आप
loan
किसी
from
और
LIC
से
Housing,
करवा लो
and
सर.
if B promises to
सर,
repay, what is the nature of the contract? A has obtained the loan, and B is promising it to be paid. So, what is the nature of the contract? Is this a indemnity or a guarantee? It can be either of these.
sir, wait, even I'll read, sir, 1 minute.
Sorry, a bit louder, please.
Sir, I'll read and say you, sir, wait.
Sorry,
Sir, I'll read and say, sir.
you are
Sir, I'll read and say, sir.
okay. Read it. Read loudly. Karthikeyan, read loudly.
A obtains housing loan from LIC Housing and if B promises to repay, what is the nature of contract?
Yeah. So, is it a indemnity or a guarantee? Very easy.
Sir, guarantee.
Yes, it is a guarantee. So, how can you say it is a guarantee?
Sir, because B promises to repay it back, sir.
Yeah, because B is giving a guarantee to prepay the loan of someone else. Okay, so he is
Yes,
promising
sir.
that if A is not able to pay, I will pay it off, or I will
Yes,
directly
sir.
pay it off, right? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
yeah. So this is a guarantee. This contract is of guarantee. The contract of guarantee is a contract to perform promise or discharge liability of the third person in case of his default. So B is agreeing to, or B is promises to agree, or he agrees to promise if A to whom the loan is granted, if he fails, then he will pay the loan to LIC Housing Company. Good, fine. So next is this case. So let me just see who is there in the class at present. Harshit Kumawat, will you take this up? Harshit,
Yes, sir.
yeah, Harshit, read it loudly.
Ravi become guarantor of Ashok for the amount which may be given to him by Nalin within 6 months. The maximum limit of the said amount of rupees 1 lakh. After 2 months, Ravi withdraws his guarantee up to the time of revocation of guarantee. Nalin had given to Ashok rupees 20,000. Whether Ravi is discharged from his liabilities to Nalin for any subsequent loan, whether Ravi is liable if Ashok fails to pay the amount of rupees 20,000 to Nalin.
Gautam Godra, can you take this up or can you just answer this? Gautam Godra. Yes, Harshit. I have removed Gautam from the class. Harshit. Karthikeyan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is Ravi discharged from his liability to Nalin for any of the subsequent loan?
Sir, I'll read it and say you again, sir. Wait.
Yes, come on.
Sir, I'll read it and say you, sir. Wait.
Yeah. You should have read
I
it by the time.
Sir, wait, sir. Even I'm understanding it properly, sir. Wait.
Okay, just go through. Mukul Swami.
Samay.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. I think he would be discharged, sir.
Okay. And what about if the Ravi fails to pay this amount of 20,000 which he has given, then?
Then he have to pay it back.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Discharged, sir. Correct, sir.
Why so? What is the nature?
Sir, sir, because, sir, wait. I found the reason now. I forgot. Wait, sir. The maximum limit of the said amount is rupees
No,
1 lakh after
what
2.
actually happened was this the guarantee was given by Ravi, okay, to Nalin for Ashok. Guarantee was given by Ravi to Nalin for Ashok that if you can give Ashok rupees up to rupees 1 lakh and within this 6 months, if Ashok needs any money up to 1 lakh, I give the guarantee that I will repay if the Ashok fails, right? So that has happened. But after 2 months, what happened? So this was a continuing guarantee which was given. Continuing guarantee for 6 months means this is whatever the amount he will take up to rupees 1 lakh. So there was a continuing guarantee. So this continuing guarantee was revoked and it became a specific guarantee of whatever has been paid by Nalin to Ashok. Ravi has guaranteed to give it back. So that was rupees 20,000. Now, whether the Ravi is discharged from his liability to Nalin for any subsequent loan, yes, he is discharged because he has already revoked his guarantee in between. Okay, so it can be revoked in between, no problem. And he is not at all liable for any of the loan if Nalin gives it to Ashok for any of the amount after revocation of the guarantee. So Ravi is discharged from his liabilities to Nalin for any subsequent loan, right? Subsequent loan means after this 20,000. Now what happens with this 20,000, whether the Ravi is liable to Ashok, if Ashok fails to pay the amount of his 20,000 to Nalin, so yes, the Ravi will be liable because as Ravi has given the guarantee at the time when it was not revoked. So before revocation of the guarantee, this amount of loan was paid. So accordingly, they will be liable. Okay, Karthikeyan, can you read this loudly, the case analysis?
Section 130 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, a specific guarantee can't be revoked by the surety if the liability has already occurred. A continuing guarantee may at has already a continuing guarantee may at any time be revoked by the surety as to future transactions by notice to the creditor, but the surety remains liable for transaction already entered into it. As per the above provision, yes, Ravi is discharged from all the subsequent loan because it's a case of continuing guarantee. Ravi is liable for payment of rupees 20,000. Nalin, Nalin because the transaction has already completed.
Is it okay, Karthikeyan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Sure. So these are the things which
Yes,
while
sir.
the question, you should mention the section. If you can't mention the section, at least mention that the technical word continuing guarantee is there. It seems by seeing the case, everyone and anyone can say. Even a student of 8th class can also say that what will happen in this. But what is expected from you is, because you have studied the subject, it is expected that you use these words like continuing guarantee, specific guarantee, revocation, these type of words, right? Which actually tells that this is a legal language. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Rakesh, can you take this up?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, Rakesh, read it out loudly.
BOC, a debit guaranteed by A. C does not sue B for a year after the debit has come payable. In the meantime, B becomes insolvent. Is A discharged? Decide with reference to the provision of the Indian Contract Act.
Yeah. What will happen? Is A discharged?
Sir, no, sir. A is liable for the amount. A is liable for the amount which he needs to pay to the B.
No, A has become now. Uh, Sorry. B has become insolvent. Who was to pay the debt? So A has to pay the amount. So this is a case of specific guarantee, which A has already given to C about B is taking money from it. Now, if B has become insolvent, it will be duty of A to pay it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read this out.
Section 137 of Indian Contract Act 1872 relating to discharge of surety. The section states that mere forbearance on the part of the creditor to sue the principal debtor or to enforce any other remedy against him would not, in the absence of any provision in the guarantee to the contrary, discharge the surety. In the view of these provisions, A is not discharged from his liability as a surety.
So A has to pay off, right? Fine. Yes, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read this.
Explaining the provisions of the Indian Contract Act 1872, answer the following. First, A contracts with B for a fixed price to construct a house for B within a stipulated time. B would supply the necessary material to be used in the construction. C guarantees A's performance of the contract. B does not supply the material as per the agreement. Is C discharged from his liability? Second, C, the holder of an overdue bill of exchange drawn by A as surety for B and accepted by B, contracts with X to give time to B. Is A discharged from his liability?
Yeah, so two different cases, and I want two different people to just resolve this. So Shaurya, you take this, the first one.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, what will happen? So B has stopped supplying the material. And because B has stopped supplying the material, A is not able to perform his part of contract. So because B has not supplying the material to A, is C discharged? Because he has given guarantee that A will perform the work. If he will not perform the work, then I guarantee you that whatever loss you will be having, I will be paying it off, or I will continue with it.
Yes, sir. I think he would be discharged.
And B has stopped supplying material, which was must for this contract to happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why C would be discharged.
Will B be discharged or what? Is C discharged or not?
Yes, sir. C would be discharged, sir.
C will be discharged.
Yes, sir.
Why so? Because guarantee was given
Sir,
on the
like,
condition. Guarantee actually was given on the condition that
yes, sir. Principal data would be released if any, like, in case of legal consequence.
yeah. So that was the guarantee which was given, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what about the second situation? Chandresh Kumar Sigar. Dipti, you are attending this session? Dipti? Dipti? She has left. Okay. Yeah. Chandresh. Khushi Shekhawat. Chandresh Sigar,
Yes, sir.
I'm removing you from class, Chandresh. Yeah. Khushi,
Yes, sir.
what will happen to situation number 2?
Uh,
See the holder of a overdue bill of exchange drawn by A as a surety for B and accepted by B contract with X to give the time to B. Is A discharged from his liability because he is giving time?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. A discharged from his liability.
No, he has contract with X to give time to B.
Yes.
From where this X has come? Contracts with
The see the context.
this is A. Read this as A. Read X as A.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Is
Accepted.
A discharged from his because X is no one. So
Yes, sir.
is A discharged from his liability because he has contracted with A to give him time to B, and C is the
Yes,
holder
sir.
of the overdue.
A will discharge from his liability.
Why? Because he has asked A. He has actually
Yes, sir.
asked
For the
A.
surety of the.
Yeah, he has actually asked. Right. Let us see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For the first situation, C is discharged from the liabilities because B has omitted to supply the timber or the other things, right? Okay, and Khushi, you read this
Second
sure,
one.
sure, you read situation 1 and Khushi, you read situation 2 afterwards.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, sir. According to Section 134 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, the surety is discharged by any contract between the creditor and the principal debtor, by which the principal debtor is released, or by any act or omission for the creditor, the legal consequence of which is the discharge of the principal debtor. In the given case, the B omits to supply the timber, hence C is discharged from his liability.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes,
Fine.
sir, clear.
Yes, Khushi, you read out this situation number 2.
Yes, sir. According to Section 130 the Indian Contract Act 1872, where a contract to give time to the principal debtor is made by the creditor with, with a third person and not with the principal debtor, the surety is not discharged. In the given question, the contract to give time to the principal debtor is made by the creditor with X, who is a third person, X is not the principal debtor,
Okay. So
hence
if
A is not
if
discharged.
yeah, if X being A, then A is discharged. But if X is someone third person, which I was saying that who is X? X is somewhat third person, then A is not discharged. Then who is X actually? Means X is someone who is not known to us and not known to the contract. He is nothing to do with it. Then he is no one to just permit someone to just extend the time or something like that. Had this been A, then A would have discharged, okay, because he has allowed someone else to just forego, okay. But in this situation, he will not be discharged because X is not known to anyone, okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yes. So, Kartik Rajput, Chandresh Kumar Sigar, why you have come?
Yes, sir.
Chandresh Sigar, Chandresh Kumar Sigar, you better remain out of the class. You do not participate at all. I will give you attendance because attendance is to be given to everyone. So I am removing you again. Else you should speak. Yes, Harshit. Harshit.
Yes, sir.
No, not Kumawat. Only Harshit.
Okay.
You are removed, Harshit. Kartik Rajput. Kartik Rajput.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read this question.
Sir, if a business are surely to C for payment of rent by B under a lease and rent, and B and C contact without A that B will pay higher rent, what would be the liability of A as a surely?
As a
Surely.
yeah, he is a guarantor.
Sir.
Yes. A has guaranteed C that B will provide a rent on time to C. Now B and C both are the money this landlord and the tenant. They have decided to just go for a higher rent. Now is A liable for it? Is A still liable for it? Yes. Yes, Karthik. Laksharaj Singh.
Yes, sir.
What will happen in this situation? Yes. Yes, Laksharaj. Both have tenant and landlord had decided a higher rent. Okay. Without giving any information to A. So A is still liable to for as a surety or not?
No, sir.
Not liable?
No, yes, sir. No.
Why so? He has given the guarantee, no?
Sir, A has given the guarantee for a particular rent, not like
Not an unlimited guarantee. It is not a unlimited guarantee. Good.
yes, sir.
Yeah, read this now.
A is discharged in respect of arrears of rent subsequent to such variance. Any alteration in terms and conditions of contract will discharge the surety from his liability under the contract of guarantee.
Absolutely. So what are the periods of rent for the previous rent, the lowered rent? A is liable up to that, not beyond that, right? So now the 2% principal debtor and the creditor both have changed the terms and conditions of the contract. So they have changed the terms and conditions of the contract without telling this to A, without asking for his consent. So he will be discharged. He will not be liable. Okay. Yes. So this is all about your indemnity and guarantee. Let me take out bailment and pledge for you guys. Yeah. Yes. Hope you can see this.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So who will take this up? Okay. Manan Goyal. Mukul Swami, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Very good, Mukul. So read this question.
Yes, sir. Examine whether the following constitute a contract of bailment under the provisions of Indian Contract Act 1872. V parks his car at a parking lot, locks it, and keeps the keys with himself. Seizure of goods by custom authorities.
Yeah. So is it a bailment? V has parked his car in the parking lot, locks it, and keeps the keys with himself. So is there any bailment over here? Have you ever gone to movie? Mukul?
Yes, sir.
Isn't the situation similar to what we do while we go for a movie along with others? We keep the keys with us only.
Yes, sir.
What is the situation? Is this a bailment or not?
No, sir, I don't think so.
What is bailment?
So, bailment is an act of delivering goods to a bailee for a particular purpose.
Okay. So isn't there any purpose over here?
So here, sir, we just parks his car at the parking lot and
Yeah,
just locks.
parking lot. What is the purpose of preparing parking lots?
Oh, he must have to go somewhere. Okay.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
So what do you think? Is there any purpose or not?
Yes, sir.
There is a purpose.
Yes, sir.
So is this a bailment or not?
Yes, sir. Because bailment is like without the transfer of ownership.
No, it is not a transfer of ownership. Bailment never transfers the ownership.
Yes, sir.
You are handing over the goods to someone just for a particular purpose. And
Mm,
when the purpose is solved, you just take it away.
yes, sir.
It can be of two types, gratuitous and non-gratuitous bailment. Gratuitous bailment is a gratuity means that you are not paying any money. Non-gratuitous bailment is something like you have given a piece of cloth to a tailor to sew it off, and he has sewn it, and then afterwards, yeah, he will ask you for money. You have to pay money, and he will give you the stitched cloth. Secondly, in case of a parking lot, also sometimes it is a it is a non-gratuitous because the parking person takes the money. Now here in the parking lot itself, it is not written that somebody has taken the money or not, but it is implied that whosoever has prepared the parking lot, it is the implied you can say contract that the car will be taken care of, and after the purpose is solved, he can just take it away. Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
situation is the seizure of the goods. Rohan Modi. Rohan Modi. Rohan Modi. Rohan Modi. Subject to removal now. Yeah. Sandeep Bhatti.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What will happen if the goods are seized by the custom authorities? Is it a bailment?
What, sir?
Custom authorities have seized the goods. Some goods which belongs to you have come from abroad, Now you have not paid the custom duty and custom officers have seized your goods.
Yes, sir.
Is it a bailment?
Yes, sir.
So what's there in bailment in this?
Sir, because sir, we didn't pay the custom tax, na? That's why they seize our goods.
So after paying tax, they will release the goods to you. So goods are in their custody for the purpose.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sandeep, read this, both the situations. In first situation, what will happen? In second situation, what is there?
And no manual custody of a good does not mean possesses for a bailment to exist. The bailer must be possessive of the bailed property and a bailer must accept it. Section 148, the Indian Administrative Act 1872 is not applicable.
So Mukul, this
It's a
is not
given.
applicable. Why? Because the person was not there. Somebody should accept you. Just parking it in the parking lot or parking it on the road, nobody is there. Then it should, but otherwise where the parking lot is being prepared, so somebody might have prepared the parking lot. But at the same time, if you see, parking lot is also prepared under the basement of the flats. And there is no one to take care of the car or take care of the, and if any thief and theft happens, nobody is responsible. So until and unless somebody is made responsible, there will be a contract. So there is no one actually to make a contract with it. Even I was also mistaken over here. Okay. So because there is no one over there, so mere means just giving it, just parking it will not solve the purpose. Okay. So there has to be someone to accept the possession. So there was no one to accept the possession. That's why this section 148, that is bailment, is not applicable. Okay, Mukul.
Yes, sir.
Hope this is clear to everyone. Any question over here? Fine. So second case is, yes, the possession of the goods is a transfer to the custom authorities, and therefore bailment exists because there is someone to take care. And what is the purpose? Purpose is of the bailee. Okay. So bailment can be of purpose for the bailer or bailee or anyone. Okay, or maybe both. So here the purpose is to just collect the tax. That's why they have seized the goods. But it's their duty to keep the goods in their custody safely. Whenever the person will pay the custom duty, the goods must be handed over to him. This is what it is. Okay. Okay, Sandeep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So next case will be taken up by Nandini Khandelwal. Nandini. Nandini, are you there? Nandini Khandelwal. Nandini. Nandini is sleeping. Removed. Yeah. Tirthak. Tirthak. Tirthak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Read this.
Sunil delivered his car to Mahesh for repair. Mahesh completed the work but did not return the car to Sunil within reasonable time. Through Sunil repeated reminded Mahesh for the return of car. In meantime, a big fire occurred in the neighborhood and the car was destroyed. Decide whether Mahesh can be held liable under the provision for the Indian Contract Act 1872.
Yes. So तीर्थक भाई क्या होएगा इधर?
सर महेश लायबल है सर वो.
महेश लायबल है?
हाँ
क्यों?
सर उसने कार रिपेयर कर दी थी पर सर वो टाइम पे रिटर्न नहीं कर पाया सर और वो उसकी प्रॉपर्टी पे थी कार और
हाँ,
और आग
देखो,
लग गई.
the purpose of the bailment is that after the purpose is solved, the goods are to be returned to the bailer. The bailee must return the goods to the bailor, and even after the reasonable reminder by the bailor over here, the bailee has not returned the goods. So he will be held responsible for any of the acts, right?
Yes, sir.
तो जरा जोर से पढ़ो तो.
It is the duty of the bailee to return or deliver the goods bailed according to the bailor's direction without demand as soon as the time for which they bailed has expired or the purpose for which they were bailed for any losses, destruction of the goods from that time. Notwithstanding the exercise of the reasonable care on his part. Applying the above provision in the given case, Mahesh is liable for the losses. Although he was not neglect but because of his failure to deliver the car within a reasonable time.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Any question, anyone? It is clear?
सर बट सर इधर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में टाइम तो नहीं दिया था सर.
क्या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में क्या?
टाइम नहीं दिया था कि विद इन दिस पीरियड ऑफ टाइम यू शुड डिलीवर द कार.
हाँ, वो इधर नहीं दे रखा है, लेकिन ये बताया ना अभी काम हो गया है. सपोज क्योंकि बिकॉज इसमें ऐसा है कि इट इज पॉसिबल दैट हाउ मच टाइम इट विल टेक टू रिपेयर द कार इज नॉट नोन, but once the car is repaired, it has been conveyed that it is repaired, still the person is not giving. It means the purpose for which the bailment was done is done. It is clear. Okay, so the bailee should return the goods to the bailor. Okay.
ओके सर.
अभी कार में रिपेयरिंग में कितना टाइम लगता है वो नहीं मालूम है ना, इसलिए इधर नहीं दे रखा है.
ओके सर.
ठीक है. गुड क्वेश्चन पार्थ. एनीवन एल्स? एनीथिंग एल्स? चलो पार्थ, ये वाला पढ़ो तुम. पार्थ.
यस सर.
Yeah, read this loudly.
M lends a sum of 5,000 to B on the security of 2 shares of a limited company on 1st April 2007. On 15 June 2007, the company issued 2 bonus shares. B returned the loan amount of 5,000 within interest, but M returns only 2 shares which were pledged and refused to give the 2 bonus shares. Advise B in the light of the provision of Indian Contract Act 1872.
अभी क्या होगा, समझ में आया नहीं आया? Should I give you another example or have you understood this?
Sir, can you give the another examples?
Fine. Now what happened? Parth Narinder Bhai has pledged his cow मतलब गाय, to Tirthak Bhai Fultaria, right? And Tirthak, you are listening, na? Tirthak, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Parth has given you a cow and taken rupees 10,000 from you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Parth has given his cow to Tirthak and taken rupees 10,000 for 6 months. Now what happened after 4 months? The cow gave birth to a bachda. Okay. And 6 months has passed. Now Parth has come again back to Tirthak to give his rupees 10,000. So what Parth did, that Parth give 10,000 and Tirthak is returning cow to him, not the bachda. Bachda is kept by the Tirthak, saying that it is mine because deal to cow ka hua tha. So what will be the position? The same is the situation over here. So Parth, you tell me, is it good that Tirthak should give you only the cow, or you want the bachda also?
As per the contract, sir, there was cow only in return, so it's good, sir. There
It's
was
good, you will accept the cow only. What about bachda? Bachda you don't need.
Yeah, sir, but I need, but there is no concern of that in the contract, so that's why, sir.
So the contract is not there, then you will not take your bachda back. Is it so?
So then it's like I am not what we say. I have not the right to for that, sir.
Tirthak, what do you say?
Because it was in the undervision of the Tirthak, so that's why.
No, Parth, you have taken 10,000 on the security of cow. Okay.
Okay.
You have given 10,000 and you are returning that 10,000. So whatever you have given along with whatsoever has been generated belongs to you. Don't you think? पार्थ भाई
No,
ऐसे
sir.
ऐसे ऐसे धंधा करोगे तो फिर दिवालिया हो जाओगे. तीर्थक,
यस
व्हाट
सर.
डू यू से?
हाँ सर, वो बछड़ा उसी का होता है सर, मैं देना होता है उसको.
तुमको देना पड़ेगा ना.
हाँ सर.
तो ऐसे इधर देखो, यहाँ पे बोनस शेयर जो आया है ना, दैट हैज टू बी गिवन बैक. जो 2 शेयर्स के ऊपर 5,000 रुपए रखा, उसके बाद में जो 2 शेयर्स ने 2 बोनस शेयर्स और जनरेट कर दिया. Right? So all these shares belong to B. Okay, so B is having a right to take all the shares. Okay.
Okay, sir.
पार्थ, ये
Yes,
पढ़ो
sir.
क्या 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 लिखा है इधर.
In the absence of any contract to the contrary, the bailee is bound to deliver the bailer any increase or a profit which may have occurred from the goods bailed. Applying above rule, the bonus share are an increase on the share pledged by B to M. So M is liable to retain the share along with the bonus share, and hence B, the bailer, is entitled to them also.
So this is given under in the case Motilal versus buy money.
Buy
Okay.
money.
ये मनी बाई होगी कोई, उसका केस है. ठीक है.
Okay.
फोन में आया.
हाँ.
ऐसा ऐसा छोड़ना नहीं, कुछ भी बछड़ा वछड़ा ऐसा छोड़ोगे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा.
ठीक है.
चलिए. Rakesh, you have not taken up any case today.
Yes, sir. Take it up, sir.
Rakesh, take it up. Read this.
A hires a carriage of B and agrees to pay rupees 5,000 as a hire charge. The carriage is unsafe. Though B is unaware of it, A is injured and claims compensation for the injuries suffered by him. B refuses to pay. Discuss the liability of B.
Yeah.
So 1 second, sir.
Yeah, take your time. Pushpinder Pal.
यस सर.
ये केस पढ़ो अपने मन में.
ओके सर.
You may have to answer this.
ओके सर.
Lakshya Raj.
Yes, sir.
Another Lakshya Raj.
Yes, sir.
Who has joined late out of 2?
Sir, I have joined late because mine was not connecting for 15 minutes.
Okay,
It
okay.
was
No.
again and again disconnected.
Just asking, my dear. No problem. Yes. Yes, Rakesh.
So A is liable for the compensation, sir, because the carriage is owned by B and B had given it to A, but any which ways he was unaware of that, but that doesn't make the difference of A claiming the compensation because it's B's cart, right? So B needs to know about what is there, like is it safe or not.
Okay, Pushpendra Pal, what do you say?
Sir, he is right. I also think this is the right.
Okay. Ravi Raman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Ravi, read the final conclusion of this case.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Ravi.
So which one, sir?
This one.
So there is questions. Yes.
Yeah, this is the one.
So section 150 provides that if the goods are built for hire, the bailor is responsible for such damage, whether he was or not aware of the existence of such faults in the goods built. Applying the above provisions in the given case, B is responsible to compensate A for the injuries sustained even if he was not aware of the defect in the carriage. Defect in the carriage.
Rakesh, is it okay? Pushpender?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. So the last one, Ravi, for you because it's at your name only. Yes, Ravi, read it.
Sir Ravi has sent a consignment of a goods worth rupees 16,000 by railways and got railway receipt. He obtained an advance of rupees 13,000 from the bank and endorsed and deliver the railway receipts in the favor of the bank. By the way of the security, the railway failed to deliver the goods at the destinations. The bank filed a suit against the railway for rupees 16,000, desired the light provision of the Indian Contract Act 1872 whether the bank would succeed in the said suit.
Yes. Have you understood this or not?
It's understanding. Wait.
See, Ravi has given a consignment to the railway and the consignment was worth rupees 60,000 and he has taken a receipt of 60,000 also from the railway. Okay. Now afterwards what happened? While the goods was in transit, he just asked for the advance from the bank and that was only for rupees 30,000 and endorsed and delivered the railway receipt that if I am not able to pay rupees 30,000, you can sell my goods and you can take the delivery, right? No, railway has failed to deliver the goods at the destination and Ravi has already taken the money from the bank 30,000 and the goods worth rupees 60,000 was there. Now the bank filed a suit against. Now what happened? Even Ravi also didn't return the advance to bank. Okay, this 30,000 Ravi has not returned.
Yes.
Why? Because he was waiting for the goods to come. Okay, so
Yes.
when goods would have come, he would have paid 30,000 and would have taken the goods worth rupees 60,000 and would have sold it in the market. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
because the goods were not have not reached the destination, the bank filed a suit against the railway company for 60,000. Okay, so decide whether it will be the railway company will be liable or not. It is like this.
So I think railway company is liable for.
Okay, just read this because this is the last one. We do not want to just extend it much for the discussion. Yeah, read this, Ravi.
So as per the section 178 and the 178A of the Indian Contract Act 1872, the deposit of little debts with the banks as the security against an advance consists a pledge. As a pledge, a banker right are not limited to his interest in the goods pledged. In case of injury to the goods or the other deprivations by the third party, the pledge would have also such remedies that honor of the goods would be have against them. In the Mori.
So these are the cases given.
Yes.
Okay, so let me conclude the class over here itself, right?
Yes.
So let me take the attendance and then we will meet maybe tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow you have quizzes. You know this?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow there will be quiz of Sale of Goods Act and link I have already forwarded on your Teams also, and I hope Shaurya has forwarded it on your WhatsApp group too.
Yes,
If not,
sir.
then all the three links of all the three quizzes which have to happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and on 20th, they will be available to you on through the your Teams also and through your WhatsApp group also, which Shaurya will be forwarding it to you. Okay, I hope you all have seen your marks also on your portal and the attendance too, because now I'm going to upload the attendance on your DMS also, right? So that will be done, and out of these quizzes, we will be just seeing that how much you have scored and how is your things means these all will be soon will be uploaded on your DMS. The marks will also be uploaded on your DMS based on certain criteria of the weightage between the assignments and the quiz. Okay, so quiz will be having a more weightage than the assignments you have submitted. Fine. So just see it, look into it. If you have any of the problem, you can just ask me or raise any query if you want to ask anything. Right. So this is all about your today's you can say class, and let me just take the attendance.
Sir,
Yeah, Karthikeyan.
sir, my quiz 1, 2, 3, 4 evaluation has not been seen, sir. It's not there actually. It's
Where it
showing
is?
me. So quiz 1, 2, 3, 4. It's showing 0, and I have given my quiz, sir.
So I will see if it is there, then it will be with me. It is all electronic, so don't worry about it.
Yes, sir.
Send it again, okay? And
Okay, sir.
I will just update your marks also. Okay, Karthikeyan, fine. Sure,
Yes,
please
sir.
note.
Yes, sir.
Sure, please note.
Yes, sir. Noted.
So let me take the attendance. Harshit Kumawat, Hemant Kumar Khati, Kartik Rajput,
Yes, sir.
Karthikeyan Sharma,
Yes, sir.
Shekhawat, Lakshraj
Yes,
Singh,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Raj Singh,
Yes, sir.
Madan Goyal, Mukul Swami, Nandini Khandelwal, Parth Derinder Bhai, Pushpinder Pal, Rakesh Raika, Ravi Raman, Sandeep
Present,
Singh
sir.
Patil, Shaurya Dixit, Tarush
Yes, sir.
Mittal, and
Yes, sir.
Abhishek Bhai.
Yes, sir.
Present, sir.
There are
Yes,
18
sir.
people in the class now. Fine, guys. Take care and have a nice time. Have a nice day. Stay safe and pay my regards to your parents also. Bye bye. See you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,